Hi guys, how you doing? It is Victoria Player here of victoriaplayer.com. I work with women entrepreneurs, particularly coaches and consultants who are struggling to attract clients and create consistent cash flow. And I will help you get over your visibility blocks and confidently step into your spotlight so that you can create a unique, rewarding and thriving business doing what you love. And I have a super juicy topic for you today. I'm going to be sharing 12 things that you should be doing in the first year of your business. And actually the things I'm going to be sharing also apply outside of the first year of business. If you want to run a profitable business and you actually want it to get into profitability from the get-go and maintain that profitability, then you need to be considering these 12 steps on a consistent basis throughout the life of your business. So I'm going to dive straight into it, but of course this is for you if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, if you run a service-based business. So take out your pens and let's get going. So the first step to your success is to give yourself permission to go for what you say you want. One of the biggest mistakes I see new entrepreneurs make is that they play around the edges. They've not really yet committed to going for what they want. You know, they've decided, yes, I want to have a business, but they're doing it in a very half-hearted fashion. They're floundering around. They're relying a lot upon wish and hope as a strategy for business success. They're often not yet willing to really invest in their business with the mistaken belief that, you know, as a coach or consultant, because we're delivering a service, they feel that there is no money to be invested. You know, of course, if you had a boutique or something like that, you'd have to pay for, you know, the rental of premises, all your shop fixtures, a cash till, all of your stock, a Saturday girl, you know, wages, paper bags, you know, packaging, things like this. And there'd be a lot of investment up front. But I find one of the common mistakes with coaches and consultants is they simply don't think that they need to invest in the success of their business. And the truth is, I know most of you, when you learn to become a coach or a consultant, you're good at doing the thing that you do, which is coaching or consulting or therapy or whatever your thing is. And very few of us are actually masterful at the skill of business, at the skill of marketing. And one doesn't come without the other. If you don't really go for what you say you want and treat it like the important thing that it is, rather than an expensive hobby, you're going to stay exactly where you are. You know, you cannot, if you're not good at business, if you're not good at marketing, it doesn't matter how great you are as a coach or how great you are as a consultant. If you can't get the message out there, if you don't know how to bring business into your world, if you don't know about sales and marketing, you simply are going to be the best kept secret. So my challenge to you is to invite you, no matter where you are on this path, whether you're in your first weeks of business or you've been into it 3 years and you're still struggling and you're experiencing what I call feast and famine, where you have clients 1 minute and none the next. Wherever you're at, this applies to you. Give yourself permission to go for what you say you want. Put yourself in the game. Stop treating your business like an expensive hobby. And also be mindful about who you're taking advice from. One of the killers for so many of the women who come to work with me, and you know, it was true for me in my early days of business, is, you know, we turn to family and friends for advice. Oh, what do you think I should do? I was thinking of this. Do you think it's a good idea? And the truth is, you know, they're our loved ones. They have our back. They're looking to keep us safe. And in reality, stepping into the entrepreneurial world requires you to step out of your comfort zone. It requires you to take some risk. It requires you to invest in yourself and put your money where your mouth is. and do things that may feel scary and uncomfortable. That is the nature of this game. If you're not prepared to feel okay with those things, then perhaps you need to just consider staying in a full-time job. And what you've got to realize is your family and friends and the people closest to you, they are not going to encourage you to take risks. So just be mindful who you're sharing your dreams and your vision and your passion with. And this is why I always say it's very, very important to be in community with like minds who are on the same journey, who have got your back, who are going to, encourage you to go for the big guns and put the word out there. And actually, if you are somebody who needs to get into community with other big thinking women entrepreneurs, people who have a big mission in the world and are really looking to help more people through their business, then come join me at the Inspire to Greatness group on Facebook. I will include a link somewhere down here and you can come over and join us. So that is the first step. Give yourself permission to go for what you say you want. The second step is to get clear on who you serve. I know that many of you, as soon as I say this, you'll be thinking, yeah, I know that. I've done it before. I've already looked at that piece. But let me tell you this. If you do not have all the money you need in your business, if you are not attracting a consistent flow of high-paying clients, if your business is not yet supporting you financially, then you need to come back to this point, because being clear on who you serve is the be-all and end-all of everything. If you do what I call spraying and praying, where you put your message out to all and sundry in the hopes, you're relying upon wish and hope as a strategy for success, hoping that anybody will become your client, then you are going to be running at 100 miles an hour and going nowhere fast. Because when you are not clear on who you serve, you don't know how to communicate with them, you don't know what offers to provide, you don't know what language to use in order to sell to them, you don't know where to find them. Just everything you do is going to be hit and miss. And what that creates for you is a lot of stress, a lot of overwhelm, a lot of work for no return. You'll find that, if you feel you're burnt out, like you're showing up and nothing's happening, this will be the problem. And, it doesn't matter who I work with or how long they have been in business. I start right back at the beginning, because this is about business foundations. If you don't have the right business foundations in place, you're simply not going to have any success. It's like building a house. If you put dodgy foundations down, anything you build upon that is going to be, it's not going to be stable. And it's the same with your business. And this is why when I work with my clients, we go right back to the beginning. We just readdress this. Some people are very clear on it already, but you can always perfect your process. So building from the ground up on sturdy foundations gets you what you want from the get-go. So that's the second one. Get clear on who you serve. The third step is know your clients' pain points. This is vitally important, because people are not going to part with their hard-earned cash if they can't see the value of working with you. And the truth is, the way the human mind works is, if we can fix the challenge ourselves, we will. And so you need to be able to tap into people's pain points, and it has to be a big enough pain point that they're willing to part with that cash and seek your help. On the other side of that, you also need to be able to communicate their desires. What are their wants and needs? What are the outcomes and transformations that they're looking for? And the mistake I see for so many coaches and consultants is they talk about what they do. And you know what? Your clients don't care so much what you do or how you do it. What they care about is that you're going to solve their problem and get them the results that they're looking for. They're thinking to themselves, what's in it for me? Coaches talk about, I'll do this with you, then I'll do that, then I'll do this, and it's 2 sessions and this sessions and this, and they don't care. They really don't care. So this is all sums into your messaging. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. The fourth step is to create compelling offers. Now, of course, unless you've done steps 2 and 3, you simply are not going to be on point with creating compelling offers. And if you are getting to the point where you're having a conversation about your work with someone who's interested in working with you and you never get a yes, it's because your offers are not on point. There's not a match. And, the mistake I see a lot of coaches and consultants making is they create packages that they think their clients want, not actually what they need. Because if you give people what they want and need, it's an easy yes for them. But I find a lot of people who are new in business, they're looking at their competitors, they're looking at what they're rolling out, how they're creating their packages, and they do the same. Just because your competitor is doing that doesn't mean that it's the right fit for you, because your competitors may be working with slightly different clients with different wants and needs. So, you don't rely upon wish and hope. The way to do this is to get the information direct from the horse's mouth. Ask people, what is it you need help with? Then you give it to them. You never ever have to sell if you have created exactly what your clients or potential clients say they want. And with the system I teach to my clients, I not only share with them how to do that research and find out what they want, but how to have the people who have told you become your first clients. And it's literally can happen within a matter of a week. They speak to someone, they create a package, and then that person they've spoken to, they then go and sell the package straight to them. I mean, how hard can it be after the people have just said, this is what I need help with? And then you say, here, I listened, here it is. No push, no sales, no hard work. An easy, easy, easy yes. And I think we can all say yes to that, hey? The fifth step is to confidently charge your worth. This is such an important piece that is going to put you in good stead. And the killer for new business owners is they are simply not charging enough. They are undervaluing themselves, they're over-delivering, and wondering why, after their first year of business, they are absolutely burnt out, exhausted, falling out of love with their business, seriously considering going back to a full-time job that they don't even like, and still feeling broke. And the reason for this is because they're not charging enough. I mean, you've got to think, this isn't an expensive hobby. This is business. The whole concept of business is that it's a money-making venture. And don't get me wrong, I'm not solely driven by money. However, my belief is that how can we dare to show up for our clients if we are not supported ourselves? As coaches and consultants, we are giving, we're pouring ourselves into our clients. How can we really give at the level that we desire if we are desperately in lack, if we're in just getting by mode, if we're drowning in the struggle, if we are burnt out, frazzled, and just thinking, oh my God, when is this going to get easier? Give yourself the gift of support. You cannot support others unless you can support yourself first. And as women, the financial piece is massive. All of our security is based around financial security. Our sense of well-being and safety is based around financial security. When we're in lack, we're all at sea. When you're taken care of financially, you can breathe out. It gives you the space to focus on what needs to be done in your business. You can show up for your clients powerfully. The other thing that you must remember is in the first year of business, you are going to have to work quite hard because, this is about getting your business off the ground and into profitability. It means that you're going to have to market a lot. That means that, because the trouble I see is people market. They get a couple of clients, then they serve their clients, and then they've got to rush out and find another client because the money's already dried up because they've not charged enough. And they're constantly on this roller coaster of feast and famine and desperation one minute and then overwhelm, and it's just a broken business model. The key is to have fewer clients in the first instance, charge more so that you're financially taken care of, so that you have the breathing space to grow your business, to get out there, to be visible, to do the marketing that needs to be done. And then, of course, after a year or so, you're in momentum. People know you. It gets easier. You don't have to market so hard. And that's when you can start rolling out lower end programs and leverage programs to people who can't afford to invest at a high level. But, women are shooting themselves in the foot because they're so afraid to charge their worth, and they do it with this mistaken story of, well, I'm new in business, who am I to charge that much? Well, who are you not to? Because you're running a business. You have to pay your business overheads. That needs to be cleared. You need money you need enough to make a profit so that you've got money to reinvest in your business so that you can put the structures in place that one needs. And thirdly, you need to pay yourself, because I know that most of you want to transition out of a full-time job and have your business support you full-time and that be your sole source of income. Well, you can't do that unless you start stepping into this bigger way of working and start charging your worth. When you do, things get so much easier. And you can really start thinking on your feet about how you're going to move your business forward. The sixth thing you need to be doing is have a compelling marketing message. So this brings these previous steps together. When you know who you serve, when you're clear on the wants and needs and challenges of your ideal client, when you've created packages that are tailor-made to those wants and needs, and you've put a price point to that, then you're ready to put your offer out in the world. This is the final step of putting your business foundations in place, and that is to share that message. Again, if you have been in business for, a year, 2 years, and even 3 years, and your business is not yet off the ground and into profitability, then I'll tell you now. Again, you may be thinking, I know what my message is, but if you don't have all the clients you need and the money you need, then it's because your message is off. You have literally seconds to capture somebody's attention, to help them see that, learn about what you do, how you do it, how it's going to impact them, the benefits of working with you, the outcomes, and the challenges you're going to solve. You have moments to get, to wake people up, to capture their hearts and minds. And if you don't get your message on point from the get-go, they're gone. You've lost business. First impressions last. And, I turn up to networking events all of the time. Babe. My son's singing away in the background. I see people online. I see people at networking events. I meet people. And no offense, but, they waffle on about what they do. And I still don't understand what they do. And I see people say the same things month after month and week after week, and I still don't know what it is they do. And they must be losing money and business hand over fist. So your message is key. If you don't get this right, then no amount of visibility strategies, no amount of marketing, no amount of putting your message out there into the world is going to make a difference. This is not about working harder. It's about working smarter. You do not have to work your ass off if your message is on point, because it calls out like the most perfect song to the person on the people that you are meant to serve. It doesn't mean just going put it everywhere, because you will, the people who you are meant to serve will come to you if your message is on point. All right. The seventh thing that you should be doing in your first year of business is to know where to find your clients. So by now, if you followed the previous steps, you know who your clients are, you know everything about them. So you're going to know exactly where they hang out in droves. This means that any of the marketing and visibility strategies you put in place are going to be more targeted. You're going to get a better return on investment for any time and money that you've invested to get the word out. You know exactly what events they go to, you know what they read, you know where they're hanging out, you know exactly how to get in front of them so that you can have that conversation and bring them into your world. What I would say on this is, when you know who your clients are, you can, if you have an hour of your time, you can make sure that your marketing efforts are so focused that you get into an environment where most of the people could become your clients, rather than just showing up randomly at any old place and relying upon wish and hope and praying that at least one person in the room might become your client. You can start being amongst lots of potential clients at one time. That way, you're going to get way more back for your marketing efforts. Where are we at on the list? Know where to find your clients. Number 8. The 8th thing that you should be doing in your business in the first year is to master the art of networking. And I know everyone's like, yeah, networking. Oh my God, it's networking. I can't stand networking. The reason people can't stand networking is because they don't know how to. They are not intentional in their efforts when it comes to networking. Yeah, it's true. It's important that you need to show up and be visible. And it's true that conversations equals clients, cash flow, and collaboration. However, it's not just having a random chit chat. And in fact, it's funny, I was just working with a client earlier this week, and I was teaching her how to maximize her efforts when networking, and how to meet the right people, what to say, to direct a conversation in such a way that it results in someone saying, yes, I'm interested in hearing more about the work that you do. And I said, I walked her through it step by step, exactly what to say, when to say it, how to deal with the different conversations. And I said, does this sound familiar to you? And I said, because this is exactly what I did when I met you and you became a client. This is how I got into conversation with you. And she said, oh my God, so it is. She said, I would never have known. And I said, can you see now? I was using a strategy to bring you further into my world. I met you at a networking event. We had a lovely casual chat. She didn't know I was using a strategy. She just felt that I was just interested in her and her business. And, she just enjoyed talking to me. She just felt that we got on really well. That actually I was implementing a system, a strategy to learn more about her and bring her into my world so that we could have a conversation, which turned out to be an enrolling conversation. And hey presto, she became a client. And she didn't even know it, because it's so natural. I keep using this same phrase, you cannot rely upon wish and hope as a strategy for business success. Showing up is part of the game, but it's only a part of it. Strategy and being intentional in your efforts is where you can start to get guaranteed results. If you're going to spend an hour at a networking event, make it worth your time. Make sure that what you're doing is intentional. Make sure that you know how many people you need to speak to, what you need to say, how you need to draw them into your world, how to get them into a conversation so that you can present your offers and potentially make a client without being icky, without being pushy, without being salesy. All right, so that's a key piece, mastering the art of networking. And of course, once you've done this, it's a process that you can rinse and repeat in different areas of your business. You can use it for online marketing. You can use it in one-to-one conversations. You know, it is an art. It's not just about networking. You know, all these skills are transferable to other areas of your business, and a lot of people simply aren't prepared to master the basics. And that's why I've said that it's called this the 12 things you should be doing in your first year of business, because if you don't master these basics, then nothing you do further down the line is going to work for you. You know, in this day and age when we've got social media and all of this online stuff, you know, with funnels and doing, you know, setting up your social media profiles and all of that. A lot of people have got bright, shiny object syndrome where they think, oh, I've got to get my website done. I've got to have my social media presence done. I need opt-in pages and funnels. And don't get me wrong, there's a place for that. And, you know, when you start to have more contacts, definitely you do need those things. But you don't have those things in place at the expense of mastering the business fundamentals. What we're talking about here today are the business fundamentals. If you can't master this, the rest of it won't work. You'll be stabbing in the dark. You can put the systems in place, but this is why a lot of people lack the confidence in their business, because they've not yet mastered the fundamentals. So these 12 steps are the fundamentals that you need to be rinsing and repeating for the lifespan of your business. You'll tweak them slightly in different ways to use in different areas, but it's all transferable. So pay attention to this and write these down and ask yourself seriously, am I doing this? Because if you're not, and you don't have the clients you need, and you're not generating the income you need, then this is why. Okay? You've got to be honest with yourself. Hold yourself accountable to this. Hold your feet to the fire, as they say, and give yourself permission to own up to the fact that perhaps you're not putting yourself in the game with these things. Step number 9 is to master the art of personal reach out. So again, this is an extension of the networking piece. The fastest, most direct route for you to enroll a new client or bring business into your world, or, you know, work with collaboration partners, or, you know, this business, let me say, is based upon communication. There are millions of ways to communicate, but I would tell you the fastest, most direct route to that communication is this. If you have a mouth and the ability to speak, which I believe you probably do, you have what it takes to be extraordinarily successful in your first year of business. As I said before, conversations equals clients, cash flow, and collaborations. Okay? And all of those things happen first with this. Now, the mistake I see people making is thinking, I've got to have all my ducks in a row. I need a website before I can get clients. I need a social media presence before I get clients. No. Again, this is about mastering the business fundamentals. You need to know how to actually reach out to people and communicate what you do in a way that's truly powerful. You need to know how to ask for the sale verbally. You need to know how to reach out to people and get into conversation with them, even if you don't know them so well. This is a fundamental part of business. If you're not willing to do that at all, then I would suggest that perhaps entrepreneurship isn't for you. And don't get me wrong, you know, I know this is a confidence piece. When I first had to do it, I used to absolutely shit myself. And I know you're all thinking, it's all right for you, Victoria, you're so confident. But I've been in business for 10 years. I didn't start out like this. I started where you are. Confidence is a learned thing. We're not born with confidence. Some of us are slightly more than others through the conditioning we've received from our parents and teachers and so on. But confidence is a learned technique, the same as what I'm teaching here. These things are things you've got to learn. And with the implementation of these things will come your confidence. I see so many coaches and consultants hiding out behind online structures, behind their websites, so that they don't have to show up and use this. Listen, your mouth has the ability to soothe someone, to make someone feel better, to say I love you, to help someone. You know, the communication is everything. You know, you can make and break things with your mouth. You know, it's the beginning and end of everything. And so to master the art of personal reach out is unbelievably important. Knowing how to reach out to someone, knowing what to say, knowing how to make your offer, knowing how to talk about your business message, knowing how to do it in a way that is authentic, genuine, that comes from a genuine place of caring about people rather than just hunting them down and asking for the sale. You know, there's ways of doing this that are really, you know, where you're coming from a place of service, not just selling, okay? But it starts with this, all right? I know a lot of you are like, oh my God, that sounds terrible. Okay, so the next one is step number 10 is to ask for referrals. So as I said, the mastering the art of personal reach out is your fastest, most direct route to more sales and more clients and cash flow. But not everyone is going to be ready to become a client right now. And that means that, you know, there's still an opportunity there for you to generate new business, because every single person that you know, every single person that you speak to also knows hundreds of people. So whenever you speak to anyone, you can also ask them to recommend other people that might need your services. We all know somebody who could become a potential client. So somebody could either become a potential client, or they will know somebody who can become a potential client. And this is why it's important to be consistently asking for referrals. Now, there's lots of different ways to do this. This is one of the first areas that I work with my private clients on, because we all come into contact with people every single day, and it's simply something that people aren't doing. You know, in my Facebook groups, if ever I put a post out saying to people, do you know anyone who needs to attract clients and create consistent cash flow? Within a few weeks of that post, I have a raft of new clients coming in. People like to be helpful. They like it when you seek them out for a recommendation. They like to share their wisdom and pass people forward to you. Step number 11 is to master the art of authentic follow-up. So again, this comes in with all the communication pieces. As I said a moment ago, not everybody will be ready and able to work with you right now. For whatever reason, it may be that they're going away. They can't do specific dates for your program. It might be a money issue. They may have had a number of things in their life that contribute to the reason why it's a no at this moment. However, what you need to understand is that no doesn't mean never. It just means not right now. So many people put so much sway on the no that they take it as such a personal knockback that, oh my God, my stuff isn't good enough. I got it wrong. I didn't communicate what I wanted to correctly. My offers aren't good enough. It's too much. They can't afford it. And they start to second guess themselves. It's hardly ever about that. I mean, sometimes it can be, but it's often that it's just not the right time. And this is why having a powerful follow-up system in place is so vitally important. Because you need to be the person that's there and available to help your potential clients at the moment when they are ready to buy. And if you are not following up with them, then they're going to be going to your competitor, or they're going to be going to the person that did follow up with them. And I'm telling you, you'll be losing so much business if you are not following up with people on a regular basis. The fortune literally is in the follow-up. Now, this isn't about, harassing people and saying, are you ready to buy from me yet? And sending hundreds of sales emails. It's just not. What this is about is actually caring about someone enough to remember them, to inquire about how they're getting on. There's different things that you can say in a way that is, to follow up without being pushy, without coming across as salesy. And with the process I teach, obviously I use it in my own business and I teach it to my clients. What I have found is that, sometimes it's a no. Often you can follow up every few months and it's a no, it's a no, it's a no. But one day, it can be years down the line, you will reach out and they will say, oh my God, did I telepathically dial you up? Because things have changed for me and I need your help and I need it right now. And I can't even believe you've just reached out to me. It's like I called you up myself. And they will say, you know what, because you've always stayed in touch with me, you're the natural choice for me. I've got people who have, that I speak to on the phone, that I follow up with very directly, but I also follow up with emails and things like that. And I have people who have become a client after they've been in my world for 2 or 3 years. They've been watching me from afar for years, and then suddenly one day something happens, their situation changes, and they are ready to go. And who do they reach out to? Me, because I was the one who was always there. I was always visible. I was always showing up, reminding them that I'm here and ready to help you when when the time is right for you. The final step number 12, is to have a daily implementation plan. So in terms of the things you need to be doing in the first year of your business, all of these parts come into play. If you're not doing these steps and you don't have the business and the money you need, then this is why. Because you need to have a very simple, easily doable plan for implementing this on a consistent basis so that things aren't falling by the wayside. And this isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter. And what I teach to my clients is, listen, schedule 1 hour of marketing time in your calendar, do it first thing in the morning, get in, implement your plan, and get out. That's it. And that way, they know they've done what needs to be done that day to ensure that they always have clients coming in, that they've got the money ticking over consistently, and, they can just chill. They don't have to work super hard. Yes, some people decide to then, really go for bigger things in their business, so they continue to work hard. But, they can work at their own pace. What they've done is they've got this system in place to ensure that they have clients and cash flow at all times. They know what they need to do anytime they need a quick injection of cash into their business. And they know that they're not going to be having this feast and famine up and down of income. So that's what I would recommend all of you should be doing in your business, especially in the first year of business, to get things off the ground. These are the key pieces that need to be in place. Once you've mastered these, once you've got your business foundations in place and you've got the basics of marketing your business successfully down and being able to have a powerful conversation, then you can start looking at the more advanced stuff. But this is the beginning stuff. And some people, they like to just keep it simple like this. I still use these strategies in my business every day. And I've been in business for 10 years now. This isn't old. Doesn't wear out. It's always going to be fresh. It's always going to be fashionable to work in this way. So even if you just do this and nothing else, you've done enough to have a super profitable business. So if you have identified yourself in these steps and you have called yourself out and thought, you know what, I'm not sure that I've got the right message in place. I'm not sure I have the right foundations in place. I don't feel that I'm reaching out to people and marketing myself correctly, then I'd love to invite you to join me this summer. I am opening up just 4 spots for a summer virtual intensives. This is your opportunity to work with me one-on-one, and we can actually look at the steps I've just shared. We can create your own plan and, you know, put your business foundations in place and do all the steps that we've just talked about here. The way a virtual intensive rolls out is that it's all bespoke to your specific needs and your specific business. Everything is centered around you, and we create what feels good for you that meets your client attraction and income goals. So we get together, it's a virtual intensive, we spend 1 day together via Skype, and then you also have 4 follow-up sessions after that. So we create your plan in the first day so that you're up and ready to go. And then in the following 30 days, I'm at your side all of the time to help you implement your plan so that you start to see these big shifts in your business. So if you are looking to streamline your business, this isn't about working harder. Like I said, if you've got an hour a day, then you've got what it takes to do this right now and bring some money in this summer, this August, so that you've got more freedom to go out and perhaps take another holiday, do some fun stuff with the kids, you know, spend your money in whatever way you like. But, you know, this is perfect for those of you who want to do it this August. I know the kids are off school and a lot of you may be thinking, well, I don't have the time, but all you require is 1 day with me, and then this plan will, you know, all you need is an hour a day to roll it out to get the results you're looking for. So the investment for that is £1,000 right now. And the investment will be going up by £150 every week throughout the month of August. So it will go up by 150 next Thursday. So if you are interested in this, if you are interested in getting those business foundations in place and you want to generate clients and cash flow this month, then I've got those 4 spots available on a first come, first serve basis. If you are away over August and you know this is for you, jump on this now. Put down a non-refundable deposit, and then you can work with me, you know, when you come back from the holidays later on in August or throughout September, okay? But I will need to receive payment, full payment in full before commencement of service. But if this interests you, head over to victoriaplayer.com/summer. Let's get the right structures in place for you getting out, getting clients right away, working smarter, not harder, and actually getting the business fundamentals in place so that you can bring your business into profitability in your first year of business. So whether you're new in business or maybe you've been in business for a couple of years and it's still not quite working, this would be the perfect fit for you. It will get you into momentum quickly, without having to tinker with websites, without having to do fancy stuff. This is about, you know, if you've got the power of this, you have what it takes to make really great money in the next few weeks. That is my promise to you. So head over to victoriaplayer.com/summer. And if you are unsure whether this, you know, you've got questions about this or not sure whether it's the right fit for you, if you just scroll down that page, you can see a link at the bottom there to arrange a chat with me so you can talk through it and see if it's a good fit. So don't forget, it is £1,000 from this point until Thursday, in which point the investment will go up by £150 every week, sorry. All right. So I look forward to seeing some of you on this summer virtual intensive. Let's get you into action. Let's get you going. Let's get you enrolling a few new clients very quickly so that you've got more cash to splash this summer. I hope you enjoyed this. Please do feel free to share it. And I look forward to seeing you very soon on one of the next trainings. Take care. Bye for now.